I was in two minds about making this video because I know if you don't even comment, someone will be thinking it. You know, why are you using what is effectively an expensive mower to mash up a load of rubbish? Well, I'll explain before I show you the video. These are expensive mowers. It's a Honda hydrostatic. You know, it's a top of the line mower, and I'm going to be using it for mashing up a load of hedge trimmings. They're not massive, no, probably no thicker than my little finger, but I'll tell you why I use this. First off, I don't do regular garden maintenance, so yeah, it's not ever cutting bowling greens. Secondly, I bought it for just over 100 quid, and it came with two blades, so when one blade gets blunt, I just sharpen it, use the other one. The other reason is it's got an aluminium deck, so there's almost no chance of any sticks come flying through the side and smashing into other people's property. And last reason, which I'll show you, is, to be fair, it doesn't actually do that much damage. Spoiler alert, this is after the job, and the blades aren't mint, but they're absolutely no worse than if you've hit a couple of stones. So really, after all that, and some of that damage would have been there before, that's by no means just today's. So yeah, think of it what you want. It is what it is. It's my mower, it's got to earn the money. If I want to cut some really nice grass, which I never get those jobs, I'll just put a sharp blade on. The other good thing is these have got a clutch on them, so it's not like hitting a stump or a washing line pole that's hidden in 6 or 8 inches of grass with a normal mower. If you hit it with this, the clutch disengages. So this is actually probably a much better option to do it with than cheap Chinese mower. And the other thing is, before someone says you're putting your hand in there to unblock it, well, yes, I am, but A, there's a clutch, and as soon as you take your hand off it disengages, and B, it's just crap, it's twigs. I can put my hand here and pull the twigs out, so there's no chance of me cutting my fingers off, don't worry. Compared to 2.5 decades of hanging from a rope and harness with a chainsaw, putting your hand in there just to pull a few twigs out isn't really a risk that I would consider you know, one that I have to worry about too much. So yeah, all in all, it's actually a very good mower. Like I said, got it for about 100 quid from the tool auctions. Nice Honda GX engine, hydrostatic drive, you know, it's got a bumper on the front. It actually gives a really nice cut, but that's not what it's being used for today. It's been used for a couple of garden tidy ups, and so that I don't have to have several truckloads of waste, I'm mashing it up with this. First garden, get all these shrubs, lawn tidied up, and then back garden, all these shrubs tidied, and this foot-long grass cut. That's better. Leave them high for privacy. Just face them up. Just trimmed all the crap out the borders. I'll put the vine back on the trellis, give that half a chance, but that's pretty much back garden done. And that's garden number 1 done. So just a basic tidy up. Yeah, as you can see, much better. I didn't prune these to start with. Looks like someone's pruned these with an axe, so I just tied these up best as possible. Making the hedge, I think this is coming out anyway. I said I'd clear it from the air brick and the whatever that is, the internet maybe. I think this is going to shingle or something, I believe, but tidied it for now. Yeah, job 1 done. Right, second job, hedges, shrubs, grass, nasty old pyracantha. Just to tidy up in the back. It's quite long though. Some sort of triffid growing in the corner there. Yep, let's crack on. I'll give you a better look at the back garden. It's mainly weeds. Some against the house. Got some sort of triffid growing here, and then again it's just grass that hasn't been cut this year. I'm not here to dig the borders over, just trim the worst of it. Yeah, I might come down with the petrol strimmer. I think I'm going to have to. Yeah, definitely. Watch out for the stump. Yeah, I think I'm just getting here with the petrol strimmer, to be honest. Got some javelins coming out the ground. I'm sure the trusty old Honda will deal with that. Right, done out the front. Grass cut, shrubs cut. Obviously mowing over the rubbish doesn't damage the mower blade too much because it's cut this quite nicely. Shrubs done, pyracantha, nasty stuff. Nasty old berberis. In the back, triffid's gone. Crap along there is gone. It's all tidy. They'll have to get something done about that bamboo at some point, but yeah, that's me lot.